In this video, I'm walking you through a sprawling one-story plan that has cathedral-style ceilings in the main living area and backs up to privacy. Stick with me on this home tour. Now, this is the Lindy plan built by Westin Homes. It's that sprawling one-story home that many buyers have been asking for in this current market, saying Westin has good plans. They have tall ceilings, lots of windows, good design upgrades. Let's see a one-story option. Well, this is their answer. Now, this home has 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, a 3-car garage, 3-car tandem, and we're just over 2,800 square feet. Now, this specific home is for sale just over $692,000 in the community of Nolina. Now, the view that you're seeing back there is a detention pond behind this home, giving you some privacy. We have this wide open living room, this unique shape kitchen island. And then, as you can tell, there's still some finishes that need to be done here. But what I really wanted to show you are the structural, that feeling. I don't want to say a structural upgrade. This is what the home looks like, with the ceiling height, with these windows back here. At least a lot of what you're seeing here is what they usually do in these homes. And so that's why I really wanted to come out here to show you what's possible with Westin Homes here. And that same cathedral-style ceiling is in the main living area that spans that living room and this huge kitchen island. Now, my name is Raj Sabu. I'm a realtor in Austin, Texas, and I've represented clients with 20 different builders. So I'm going to give you their perspective of all the clients that I've walked these homes with. And then I want to hear from you in the comments what you thought about this inventory home that is for sale. Now, if you do want this home staged, you want to get a better visual of what it looks like, I do have a video tour of this as a model home. If I don't already have it posted on YouTube, reach out to me for it. And then I'm also going to give you my analysis of what's happening here in this community compared to other communities that are close by. Now, in this kitchen, what I have a lot of clients tell me is they either love or they hate this kitchen island, right? Some people just can't do the unique shape. Some people absolutely love it just because it gives you more seating. It allows for more people to congregate around that kitchen island. And that's really what it's designed for. In terms of the design pattern that's here above this 4-burner gas stovetop, you can see this really cool tile that goes all the way up to the ceiling. And even though that vent hood is not finished, just use your imagination. I think you can start to see the beauty that's here in this plan because of the tall ceilings, the windows, and these fun design upgrades that are here. Now, refrigerator would go in on this side. We are missing a microwave, but keep in mind, when a microwave is built in, which is what most homes look like in Texas, the builder does have to put a microwave in here. It's just for some reason, we're getting some sort of disruption around microwaves. In fact, I had a client close just south of here, and the builder didn't have a trim kit for the microwave. So they put it in a microwave because they have to, but then there's no trim kit, meaning it kind of just sits in the hole. It looks really weird, but my clients said, that's fine, let's just close, we want to get in there. And then the builder ended up putting in the trim kit like a week after closing or something like that. So sometimes it does happen. You never know with some of these builds. What I do know is a lot of my clients ask me for storage. Now, I don't want you to think I'm putting above the attic. That's not technically a storage area above the garage, even though some people do it. I don't think you're supposed to, but they do have this storage space here in the back of the garage. That's what makes it a 3-car tandem garage. Now, what is tough is the doorway is inside the tandem space. And when you have a doorway inside the tandem space, sometimes that kind of cuts in to the storage that you can do there. Now, I find for some of my clients, like I had one close last month, and they had that same thing on a different plan, 3-car tandem garage entrance at the tandem. And they said, hey, they have a little one, they have a little girl, and they just need room for bikes and kind of their bikes and stuff like that. So they felt like they didn't need that much storage and really didn't mind the doorway through the tandem space. Just a small factor, but sometimes it's big for people, especially when you're coming from an area where you have a lot that you need to store and you use maybe like a basement for storage or something like that. And for some people, if they can't store it in their garage, then they end up putting a car in the driveway. And sometimes that's really annoying for some buyers. They say, I'm buying my dream home and I don't even have enough room for my car in my own garage, and that can be very annoying, and I totally get that. Now, I also have a lot of clients tell me they spend a lot of time in their living room. They want that living room to be wide open. They want a TV above a fireplace that has a cool design with lots of windows off of their shoulder that look out to privacy and that also open up into the kitchen. And this is one of those plans, and this is why I walk a lot of plans, because I want to get what clients tell me they really value in their home. And when clients tell me that they want a house that's great for parties and entertaining, they want like a butler's pantry area, and they want that all to be in the similar space, I think this home really hits exactly that criteria. But again, let me know what you think about this in the comments. This is going to be a good look at the dining area, which we have in the back. Again, right off of that main living area, so it still feels very open to it. But I like that they did a tray ceiling in here. I can't tell you how big of a difference tray ceilings make. I also have a lot of clients tell me when they eat, they want to be in a dining area that has incredible windows that bring in a lot of natural light, but also look out to privacy. And that's exactly what you have here. I know there is a mud pit back there, but just keep in mind, this community of Nolina in Georgetown, Texas is just getting started. So they just cleared that area out. So I can't promise you it's always going to be green, but oftentimes those detention ponds do grow in over time. They also have a nook area in here, which I think is great. You can put a design piece or a piece of furniture in there to store different things that you need for your dining table. Now, let's head outside, and I want to talk to you a little bit about Nolina. So Nolina is a community in the northwest corridor of the Austin metro area. So this is where, like I would say, Georgetown and Liberty Hill are all kind of connected to each other, and then Leander, which is south of here, is close by. And I have a lot of clients that are looking at this area just because there is a tech corridor that's forming. So for a lot of buyers that are looking to stay close to tech, they might have an employer that allows them to work from home. They might have an employer that's here in Austin, but either way, they want to be around opportunities that could come up in the future. Well, they end up landing in the northwest corridor often because a lot of the tech companies have come up north. And that way, if they have to pivot, they have to go to another company, or they aspire to go to one of those companies, some of those FANG companies, well, then they have these homes that they can buy here, beautiful homes that they can work from home in. But then if they have to pivot and work at one of those companies, do like a hybrid model, they can go there. And when I say pivot, that roadway that you saw back there that we're going to see through this primary bedroom, that roadway is Ronald Reagan Boulevard. And south of here, that same roadway is just called Palmer Lane. It's the same exact road. They just call it something different as you get a little bit further south. Well, if you look at where Apple's second campus is being built in the Austin, Texas area, it's literally right off of that road. Ronald Reagan Boulevard, that road that truck is on right over there. And that's really one of the biggest driving factors of growth in the Northwest Corridor. Now, there are other factors like they're building a huge highway called 183A. They're extending that to 29, which gets you better access into Liberty Hill as well as Georgetown. In fact, that's exactly what I took to get out here. It was faster just to take that highway, even without it completed. I had to go through a few stoplights to get here, but pretty soon those stoplights are going to be done. That's how these cities in Texas just continue to grow. And that's exciting because when you're buying some of these homes, you're putting a lot of money into them. You want to know that your investment into your own home is safe. And right now, I would tell you, nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can tell you what interest rates are going to do. Everybody who continues to guess, 9 times out of 10, they're usually wrong, just an FYI. And but if you look at the long term of some of these areas, I think it looks really promising simply because of those major employers that are coming south of here. I mentioned Apple, but you could also look up Texas Children's Hospital. They just launched a hospital in early 2024. You also have Dell Children's Hospital. They launched the hospital in late 2023. And those hospitals are a mile apart from each other in the northwest corridor of Austin, Texas. So when 2 children's hospitals build hospitals right next to each other, I think that kind of gives you an idea of where the growth is happening. Now, I live pretty much walking distance from one of those hospitals. It took me about 30 minutes to get here. Now, I didn't go during rush hour, but I've never really been in standstill traffic in 183A. I'm sure traffic kind of picks up everywhere during rush hour, but I'll have to do it another time. Literally, this is my 4th time out to Nolina because this community just had a grand opening last week. So I'll keep coming out, but I'll keep getting a gauge on kind of how things are picking up. But right now, I think this is an interesting option considering the price point. This one at just over $692 for a sprawling 1-story plan. That is the list price. I don't like to talk about publicly what we think we can get from builders, but just know I've represented clients with 20 different builders, and so I've been negotiating with builders pretty much every single week. And I actually just had 2 clients contract just south of here in another community a few miles away, and I have a really good gauge on pricing and what some builders are doing that's aggressive and other builders that are maybe tightening up their belt. And I got to tell you, and maybe I'll talk about that in a second, there are big differences between builders and communities right now. Now, that was the primary bedroom and bathroom that we went through. I'm sure you could tell they had 2 closets in that primary bathroom, which I think is very unique in this 1-story plan, especially at the square footage. And a lot of 1-story plans are missing a study. They just have 4 bedrooms, but they don't really have formal study. And this one has it right off of that main living area. So you get some windows off your shoulder just to bring in a little bit of natural light, like how when you close those doors, you're still open to this. But let me know what you think about this positioning of the study. I've had some people say, hey, they don't want their study right off of the living room. So if somebody's watching TV right there, they don't want to be disturbed in their study. I've had other people say, hey, I like that study right off the main living area. I don't want to feel like I'm closed off to the rest of the home. So let me know what you think in the comments. Now on this side, we do have one of those bedrooms that's here next to a powder bathroom. And what I like about this bedroom is, first off, you have the garage door away from you. Now, this is one of those small things that I think is big. How I make sense of it. I've had some people say it's so annoying. That's the end of the garage right there at the end of that brick. If you can imagine the end of the garage right there, that means the door is going right beyond this wall up. If you've ever been around a garage door, they're pretty loud. And sometimes that can be really annoying where you have this bedroom and maybe you have a small child taking a nap here. Maybe you have parents who are staying with you that are elderly, and that's why you bought a 1-story plan. You want to have them situated on the first floor with you and not have to go up and down the steps. I've had other people say, hey, I bought a 2-story plan. I never go upstairs. So it's just kind of a waste of square footage. For those people that are getting a 1-story plan, it's annoying when you have that garage door right next to a bedroom because it will wake you up every single time. And for my parents, I'm sure my dad won't mind me saying this, he likes to take a nap in the afternoon, and when he's right next to that garage door, sometimes that can be really annoying. So I think there's some of the things that seem small at face value, but when you have somebody staying with you and they're waking up every time you use the garage, that can be very, very annoying. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now, what buyers tell me they love about powder bathrooms like this is when you have a small space like this, which is most powder bathrooms, you can have a lot of fun and do a really cool tile. And I like how they did an accent wall. I shouldn't even call it an accent wall. This whole powder bathroom is painted this stark blue color, which I think is fantastic. I think it also flows really well with this brown color for the cabinets. In fact, I have a client who closed just south of here. They had light brown color for their cabinets and then a blue kitchen backsplash. Not all blue, but it just had some speckles of blue just to provide a really cool design touch in their home. Now, this is going to be the third bedroom, so second spare bedroom outside of the primary. We have good ceiling height in here. This one looks off the front of the home. And then while we go through this, I just want to mention again about Nolina. I'm going to keep coming out here because I think it's an interesting community for the builders that are in here, as well as the developers. The developer has another community they built out called Bryson. It's located in Leander. And my clients who ended up closing in Bryson, they thought they did a great job with the development there. And what's funny is that same developer that saw success in Bryson, they come up here. A lot of developers now are coming up north because that's where all the land is. And right away, they build the amenity center. So if you ever come out to this community, first off, call me. I can give you an unbiased perspective on what I think about the builders and the communities that are here, meaning I don't work for any of these builders. I'm a realtor, and I just give people my unbiased perspective based on my experience of working with so many of these builders. And what I will tell you is this developer is a really interesting option in this area, simply because you don't have that many developers willing to build an amenity center right at the beginning of the neighborhood. I don't think there's any homeowners closed in this neighborhood yet, because they just got started and they're just building homes, and they already have the amenity center complete. I think there's different phases, I should say, but they have the bulk of it, from my understanding, complete. And that's, I think, really exciting to see a developer just take that type of risk this deep into Georgetown and just say, hey, I'm going to just build it out, believing that people are going to come. And now people are starting to come, and I'm going to keep coming back to this community to kind of monitor things and see how it shapes up. Now, with that being said, if you need help understanding what your options are in the market, reach out to me. My number is at the bottom of the description of this video. If you want to see more homes for sale, that's on my website at the top of the video. Top of the description of this video. And then if you want to see another home for sale with Westin, go ahead and click on the right side of your screen. And then finally, shoot me a text at the bottom of the description of this video on that phone number and just introduce yourself. I end up talking with a lot of people on a weekly basis. The majority of them actually come from YouTube. And my goal here is just to educate, to help you make a great decision. Because as you're seeing with some of these videos, not all builders are the same and not all communities are the same. And so my goal is to get as much information to you as possible. Because this is a big decision, buying a home like this or a two-story plan or some of these big homes. It makes sense to get some advice. So reach out to me. Would be happy to help. Take care.